What's up, y'all? Like I said, I was gonna get back with another video. You thought I wasn't. Uh, this is gonna be my last video with this shit. I gotta shave my little fuck up. But anyway, this vid might not be as long as I thought it was gonna be because my phone, every time I hit like a 10-minute video, my shit cuts out and I don't know how to put it together. And Jabril's not around right now, so I have no editor. So we about to just raw dog this shit. If you're wondering what this is, I'll be trying to look nice for y'all in these videos and I fucked it up. So, yeah, ignore it. Anyway, what's been up with me? So, that last video I dropped, Retribution, I had a mental breakdown right after that shit. I called my brother and I just like, I used to really not trust my brother and I used to not like him and I used to really think shitty of him. And now, like, I realized that we high key we are the same person. We just took different roads. Like he was telling me this story where one night he was in the backyard and he was smoking and he was just sitting and thinking about life. And then this is gonna sound hard to explain, but the weight of life kind of just hit him and he slid down the wall and just sat there and thunk. And it seems like a weird concept. If you're not really in tune with yourself, you probably wouldn't understand, which isn't something I mean offensively. It's just you could always get in tune with yourself. You just have to be honest with yourself. But when he was telling me about the weight of the world hitting him, that moment for him in the backyard, when he told me that story, I had my backyard moment. He gave me that moment for so long. I want y'all to be proud of me, because since 8th grade, I have not felt awake. I felt like I've been living subconsciously. And that phone call, after I got that phone call, bro, I woke the fuck up. Like, I stopped crying and shit, and he explained to me what the fuck was going on, and what the fuck he thinks I should do. And I don't feel asleep anymore. But I'm not overly happy. Like, I haven't found happiness yet, and that's okay. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I want y'all to really be happy for me. I'm awake. This feels real now. Like, I feel like I have a spot here. I just have to make this spot. I'm making my little sea bear circle. You know how you make your circle and the sea bears can't come in. I'm making my circle right now. I'm making my spot. So, what should I talk about? So, I just got done talking with my dad, and I was really nervous to tell him this shit. I really thought he wasn't gonna understand. But I told him about it, not all my problems and shit. I just told him that Phoenix planned on getting me therapy, and I told him that, and he said he would do it himself. Which I'm very, very thankful for, because my dad actually opened up to me a little bit and said that he had been on antidepressants for a minute. And I hadn't really considered all the shit that's been going on in his head. Suffering through all the pain that he does, it must be 100 times more horrible going on in his head. And I've been really inconsiderate of that. And I've been really inconsiderate of a lot of people's problems and of what I was doing to a lot of people. I didn't have empathy for anyone or anything for so long. I didn't really love anything or have compassion, or when shitty things would happen to them, I wouldn't really care. I would just try and help them out of it. But trying to help them out of it, I think I was caring. I just wasn't emotionally invested because I couldn't emotionally invest myself. Some shit was fucked up with my brain. I was like, I wasn't mature yet. Like, I literally, I was not emotionally mature enough to know what to do or how to fix myself or what to do with myself. And that phone call with my brother matured me. I feel like I'm standing on 2 feet now. And these waves are still going to come crashing down on me, but now I know how to duck under them. And if I don't duck under them in time, at least I know how to fucking swim. So I'm really happy. Well, I just said I wasn't, but I am. So I want y'all to know I've been planning to keep myself occupied so I could try and find more happiness. I'm going to start hanging with Aaron more because I've really underappreciated him as a friend. And I feel really fucking ashamed of that because he's invested a lot of time and effort and emotion into me, but I've invested none into him, and I just feel like a sack of shit when I say it out loud. And rightfully so. I kind of deserve that. My mouth tastes like shit. It's fucking... Where'd it go? What the fuck? It's this. So, what I've been doing to keep myself busy. One, that therapy is going to keep me busy. I'm starting to think. But two, I've been telling y'all about my wrestling situation, and I told my creative writing teacher about it. Well, we were talking in this big old circle, and during that big old circle, I was talking about how I didn't like wrestling, and this girl told me that I should join track, and I've always liked running. Throughout my whole life, I've liked running. I get tired easy, and I get fatigued easy, and I'd be ready to puke easy, but I like running. When I run, I get really good tunnel vision, and I feel like there's nothing stopping me. I feel like if I'm just running for a long time and I get running real fast and I get my momentum, there ain't nothing stopping me. I'm flying. So I really am interested in joining track, and I'm really looking forward to it, which I'm happy about because wrestling I never look forward to. I see wrestling as an opportunity to callous my mind and improve like my fighting skills. The only motherfucker I'd be fighting is my brother. So he know jujitsu though, so I'm about to bang with his ass. We learned this new move. But anyway, so track should be good for me. And trying to drive soon. Dropped off a lot of people. I'm done putting in the effort with people I don't like or people who give me reasons not to like them, I think. Like, I don't know. I'm done doing back and forth. I don't have time for that shit. I need to establish who my real friends are, and I need to establish who's gonna be there when I don't got nobody else there. So, cut a bunch of people off, starting over. And I think this is gonna be a really good time for me. I feel like I'm heading towards an upswing. And if I'm not, then I'm not, but who fucking cares because it's going to be an upswing eventually. If I keep getting pushed down, the only direction I have to go is up. So, yeah, while I was in creative writing, I was just talking about a bunch of shit, and she told me not to leave the room when it was time to go. On some, the bell doesn't dismiss you, I do type shit. And I was like, I don't really want to stay here. But I stayed there, and she talked to me, and she said that I have a real gift, which is crazy because I haven't heard that. And she said that I should be a teacher, which is something I've thought for a really, really long time. I've been thinking about being a teacher since the 5th grade when my teachers used to shit on me. So I had this teacher, Mr. Sonic, and one day I used to not eat nothing at my house. And one day I was really tired, and I hadn't eaten in so long that I couldn't stay awake. And I was sleeping at my desk, and bro kept telling me, he was like, why can't you stay awake? And I'm like, I'm too hungry. I'm not about to eat no school food. And he had a meatball sub from Subway, and bro gave me the other half. which sounds small and stupid, but it went a long way. As you can see, I remember that fucking sandwich, and it meant a lot to me that this grown-ass man would take the time out of his day and the money out of his pocket to help me because I needed help. No other teachers be doing that type of shit. No one really gives a fuck about you in school. You're kind of just thrown in there, and you kind of just have to wade your way through all this shit. And occasionally you'll meet good people and teachers you like, but it's very rare to find someone who could actually mentor you and actually teach you. And I'm starting to think that I should be a teacher, so I could be a Mr. Sonic to someone who needs it. And it might be a good idea, I don't know. But anyway, she said I had a gift of, the gist of it was that I'm comfortable looking stupid. And not stupid in a bad way, but stupid is something human. You can't look stupid intentionally because you're just, at the end of the day, everyone's fucking stupid. You're human. Like, if you talk about shit that's going on with you and shit that's wrong with you and just the crazy shit that you do, that's okay. Everyone does stupid, fucked up, crazy shit. We're all humans. We're not different from each other. Just because we have phones and we be online and we got big follower counts and we look good on social media and shit does not mean that we're invulnerable to shit. It does not mean that we're gods and we're untouchable and we're without flaw. Because at the end of the day, 9 out of 10 people are not gonna fucking look themselves in the mirror and be honest with themselves. They are incapable of being honest, which isn't bad. You could become honest with yourself, but it's bad when you get to the point that you're providing a false image of yourself. If you could go out into the world and truly be yourself and be happy and not care about what people think of you, that is the most raw shit you could ever do as a man or as a woman or as anything in between. Just being yourself, that's the raw shit you could do, because no one can tell you shit at that point. And she was telling me that she thinks I have a real potential of not being told shit. And when I was a boy, I used to get not told shit. I used to be all that in a bag of chips when I was a lad. And now I've been thinking that I'm not all that in a bag of chips, and I've been trying to get back to my kid self. But I didn't realize that I've been the same person this whole fucking time. People have told me it over and over, you're still Landon. Nothing changed. You're still the same person. You just got older. I didn't just get older. My mind and my perspective got warped. But I am the same person, and I'm still a dog. I just have to start barking again. So I'm going to start playing basketball. I'm going to start getting crazy at that shit. I'm going to start running, and I'm going to get crazy conditioning, and then I'm going to be hooping for fucking real. I'm going to start playing with Mordecai, I'm going to start playing with Amir, and I'm going to start playing with your bro, and I'm going to shoot fadeaways on all y'all. Y'all can't block none of my fucking shots, can't steal none of my fucking dribble moves, can't do shit. It's going to be so fun, bro. I'm telling you, like, our life is going to be a fucking movie soon. And I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about all of us. You watching this video, you're most likely one of my subscribers, and that means you're most likely one of my friends. And if you're one of my friends, I'm going to try my best to treat you good, because the road to happiness is paved by empathy, charity, and compassion. If you're compassionate and charitable to other people and selfless, there is no way that you can't be happy. If you're only giving good shit to the world, you can only get good shit back. And if you don't get good shit back, it's a test. You're getting shit thrown at you to make you tougher. It's not to put you down. It's another fucking wall you have to climb. And sometimes the wall gets tall, and sometimes the wall gets fucking slippery, and sometimes you feel like, I'm never gonna climb this shit. But then, keep throwing yourself at that fucking wall. And either you break through the wall, the wall breaks you, or you find some way over it. Or maybe somebody boosts you over it. In this case, Jabril hasn't been around for a long time, and no one's been able to help me over this wall. I think my brother helped me with it, but he didn't help me over it. He helped me smash through it. I didn't go over a wall. I broke a mental barrier. I'm old now. I thought I was really emotionally mature before, but now I feel like I've been on this earth for 100 years and I just know the insides and out to this shit. I can be honest with myself. I can go out in public and admit my flaws. And it feels good. Like, it feels like I have nothing to hide. And that shit is just so empowering. And I don't know, it's a trip. And I've been thinking of my son, and when I have a son, he's really gonna be a fucking trooper, because I'm gonna try and callous his mind when he's young, so when he's old, his shit doesn't faze him as much. I'm not gonna expose him to like no crazy shit and shit you're not supposed to see when you're a kid, because that happened to me and that's how my mind got fucked. But I want him to be tough. I want him to be able to take a licking and keep fucking ticking, you know? Like the waves. I told y'all that shit was gonna cut out and it did. But anyway, I've been thinking about my son, and I've also been thinking about a daughter. If I have a daughter, I'm gonna make her a fucking demon, because I think there's no rawer shit than a girl who could like rise above all that shit. Like, Ronda Rousey is a good ass example, because in my opinion, Ronda Rousey could beat the fuck out of any grown-ass man. Let me rephrase that. Amanda Nunes could beat the fuck out of any grown-ass man. I love Amanda Nunes so fucking much because she is just a god with the hands. And she's a woman, which sounds fucked up, but it's just so crazy. Like, I want whatever kids that I have, I want them to be tough. And I want them to be able to get knocked down, but also to be able to get back up. Because you get what I mean. It's important to be tough. It's important to just keep jumping over hurdles. And I don't know where I'm going with this. I want y'all to just really be happy and really try your best to be. The challenge for this video, I want y'all to try and give something to someone, or tell someone something that you've been hiding. Just be honest and be open and be giving. Try one of those three things, and I guarantee you, you're gonna have a happier life for a minute. It doesn't matter if it's a short minute or if it's a long minute, but that little space of happiness you got is going to keep you going. It's like when you go on this phone and you scroll through Instagram and you see something you like. You get that little burst of dopamine. But if you do that in real life, it's a so much bigger burst of dopamine. It's real. Those things you do in real life, they really affect people and they really do matter. So you really have to do it. I'm going to try and make this bread so I could get my brother some shitty likes, and it sounds stupid. It sounds like I'm trying to buy his love or give him material things, but I just feel it. I feel like I should. I feel like I should just give back. So with that, I want y'all to just do as I said. Be honest, be open, be charitable. Try and do something you like. Pick up a hobby. Do something you haven't done in a really long time. Do something that makes you happy. And do something that reminds you that you're human. And you're going to be happy. You're going to have a big old burst of dopamine. And it sucks because every time I come here, I be thinking about all this shit to say. And then I get down here and I forget all of this shit. But I love y'all. I want you to know that. And I know that I be tripping sometimes. And I know that I be worrying you. And I know that it's fucked up. But that's kind of just who I am. It's not who I'm trying to be anymore. But sometimes that shit happens. Sometimes I get carried away. But I want to fix it. And I want to fix us. So I'm going to try. And with that, I'll see y'all later. I gotta fucking find a way to put these videos together.